Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to CosmoMuse Tarot and my weekly Friday yes, no, maybe reading. We have 3 piles to choose from today. We have Garnerite for pile 1. We've got turquoise, kind of a really green colored turquoise for pile 2. And then ruby fuchsite for pile 3. So feel into these piles. You are welcome to bring any question here, even questions that are not yes, no. If you are bringing a question that's not yes, no, just be really intentional going into it that you're kind of not listening to the yes, no answer, because that's only going to come in at one little part. So just shut that out. That doesn't matter for you guys if you're not bringing a yes, no question. If you are bringing a yes, no question, just make sure that it is phrased in a way so that if you were to get a yes, that would feel positive to you, and be really clear and intentional about the phrasing of that so that that does align. All right, that said, feel free to pause here if you need some time with the stones or the numbers of the pile, whatever it is you use to select. And when you're ready, timestamps are in descriptions, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, my beautiful pile 1. You guys picked the Garnerite stone, which we will just put over to the side. So we are going to start off with a few tarot cards to right off the bat get some initial context. For those of you not asking a yes or no question, that will give you some initial thoughts. If you are asking a yes or no, this initial context will also bring through that element, the yes, no aspect. So let's dive in here, get some first thoughts, get a first kind of energy read here about your question. Filling this one. 9 of Cups. This one wanted to pop out. We've got 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Feeling this bottom one. 5 of Swords. Okay. Get a couple more. Ace of Wands. See if we can fit one more card up here. Ace of Swords. So 2 aces. I always feel like an ace brings that pretty powerful yes, and you have 2 aces, so there's definitely a yes here. But that said, there are some sticky things. So hold on, let me just feel into this for a second. So Wands and Swords of Ace. Yeah, this 5 of Swords in the center is like a really something sticky here. I don't know why sticky is the word that comes up, but it is. Whatever it is, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can read a 5 of Swords, and I've never had sticky be one, but that's the only thing that's like when I look at it, that's just what keeps coming. Something sticky, potentially in a group scenario or a friendship scenario, or like you against the world, or you against some people, or some friendship drama. But I see with these 2 aces coming out after that, that like you're breaking free of something having to do with that, moving on and breaking free. So whatever that means to you. Yeah, with the 9 of Cups here too, you're breaking, like you're owning your your unique self. You're owning all of your colors, and you're seeing beyond some illusions. I think you've seen where you were disillusioned about something, where there were some illusions. You've kind of, in breaking out of your own, some confinement around being able to own all of your own colors, something about that own, like your own containment created some illusions in your life, but you broke free of that. And so then you broke free of some illusions that maybe affected the way you connected with or saw a cause you were passionate about, a group or industry you were connected to, your circle of friends or a circle of friends, something in that realm where it's more kind of collective type energy. When you broke free, it broke all of your colors free to more wholly own who you were. You saw something better for what it was that you weren't seeing before, and you're breaking free of this. You're moving on from this. However that aligns to what you've asked about, the essence here is you are like, it's like a new chapter is coming through. If I wanted to more broadly talk about this to make sense to the most amount of questions, is like, it's like new chapter, fresh slate, mind opening, new threshold in front of you. And that arising because you're really owning more of who you are. Okay, so for those of you who also asked the yes, no, just to be clear, it is a yes. Okay, so let's just get a couple oracle cards to just add a little extra depth to this. Yeah, inner peace. Whatever you're more wholly owning about yourself is bringing you greater inner peace. You're more at peace with who you are, and that's allowing you to feel more peaceful in general. And also looking at this card, just like flow and beauty and artistry comes through in this. Like, this is a koi pond, and this card in general feels like it has like a beautiful artfulness to it. But any koi pond I've visited, usually there's like, I feel a sense of artfulness when I'm just by a koi pond. So that comes through too. Okay, let's get an animal message here. Oh, that's weird. I didn't even remember that both of these decks had a koi connection. Very interesting. Okay, what does this say? Koi, abundance. Move with the flow of abundance around and through you. Yeah, so whatever this fresh slate is, whatever this owning more of who you are is, and kind of a more peaceful and artful centering coming in, it is bringing also a flow into your life, and that flow bringing an abundance of whatever that flow relates to. It doesn't have to be financial, it could be, but a flow of something now moving better in your life, something new it feels like. And whatever that new thing is, some abundance coming with it. Really beautiful. Okay, just to end, let's get a divine feather message to leave you guys with. And we've got Raven. The universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. And look, we have the synchronicity literally under this card with 2 koi cards. You could even notice specifically themes of like koi ponds or koi fish coming up for you, and how that manifests in your particular life, what that connects to, what those associations are for you in your actual life, if those do happen. But more broadly, just notice synchronicities. The universe is yeah, I mean, I feel like just trying to help you to see this new unfoldment, these new chapters kind of coming through, and this more peaceful essence, this more better owning of a more broad spectrum of who you are too. So beautiful, lovely, lovely yes, no, or just ask a question, whichever you brought here reading. I love what came through for you guys. I hope it resonated. If so, I always appreciate support with likes, shares, and subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And just wishing you the best with whatever you've asked about, and I will see you in future readings. Hello, my lovely pile 2, my turquoise pile. I'm just going to put your stone over to the side here. And we are going to jump in with some tarot cards. For those of you looking for a yes, no, we will get that right away with the tarot. For those of you just bringing a question, just pay attention to this initial kind of context coming through with tarot. Okay, we've got our first card, Knight of Cups, beautiful. Feeling this card, Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, some really assertive energy, 2 nights in a row. Eagerness definitely coming through here. King of Pentacles as the center card, so also some mastery. What is going on with these court cards? Queen of Cups. Wow, okay. It's no joke with the court cards. I don't know if there's like a lot of people involved in what you've asked about. It feels like a lot of people. And then 5 of Cups. Something haunting you. Okay. Let me just make sure what I'm feeling feels right. Just take this in a little more before I say what I'm initially feeling. I feel there are a lot of people involved in this. These court cards do not feel like they're all you. It feels like a lot of people involved here, or at least the energies and influence of a lot of people, if not directly about a lot of people. There's certainly like a lot that's been reflected on here. I do feel some rumination coming through, like kind of getting stuck in thoughts of the past and thoughts of what is past, things that are no longer. Yeah, I mean, ultimately I am feeling a no here. I'm feeling I don't even want to break down all the different court cards. It just feels like this overwhelm I feel like this is just generally communicating to me. There's a lot of different people entangled in the energy of this question. Even if the question isn't about a whole bunch of people or certain people, there's so much influence from all sorts of people, because there's, knights and kings and queens and different suits, and like it's all over the place. And so it's just like a lot of different energies are entangled in your question. And I feel like that's what the cards were communicating. It wasn't like this specific person with the Knight of Cups and a specific person for this and a specific person for this king. And it's just like, no, there's just like a whole variety of energies entangled in something that is past. And because I'm just feeling that rumination and that past essence, I do get a no here. And because we ended on the 5 of Cups, I do feel like there's still something haunting you, or something you're still ruminating, stuck in some rumination about. And so what I'm in terms of like, I like to use the oracle cards to get more of the guidance, but I already feel a little guidance coming through with this ending card is like, sometimes time is just needed to process things. And so if you are sick of thinking of the past or feeling haunted about something or stuck in grieving something, it is always helpful to find an objective voice, so like a counselor to talk to help you to process things, to help you to find tools that are good for processing. Not that you have to like rush your processing or rush any grieving that might be associated here. But it is saying like work is needing to be done on processing. So whether that's just giving yourself a little more time or actually finding help to help you, like if you're like, I don't know how to get out of this and I would like to get out of this, that would be the call to action to find like a counselor or some kind of book, or depending on your budget, whether that's hiring someone that can help you, a therapist or counselor, or if you don't have funds for that kind of stuff, like finding some kind of self-help book or tools online. There's so many free tools in our world these days. So it's just like some energy is needed to help you process. So whether that's time or finding help to learn how to do that in a way that can get you moving forward, if that's something that's needing to happen soon. So if you brought a question here and you're like, I'm not grieving and I don't feel all these entanglements from people, I think you're in the wrong pile, because it's like really specific, right? I mean, semi-specific anyway. The only other read I see here is still a no. It's still really contained in this Five of Cups of like something haunting you. Something could have fractured aspects of yourself. So like you feel scattered, like you're all sorts of different people at different times because something got fractured in you that you're still processing. Either way, it's still the same message, like there's some healing needed, right? So if you feel like you need help with that, make the intention to get help with that, right? If you just know that you just need a little more time, that's great too. Yeah, so if none of this makes sense because it's pretty specific, I would maybe look at another pile. Okay, so let's get a few oracle cards to add on to this. Feeling this one flow. Yeah, I was getting that sense of like, even though there's still things being processed and sometimes time is just needed for that, I do feel this like communicate. I don't know if it's coming from spirit or like spirit guides of your, anyway, it's coming from somewhere. That it's like it's time to flow again. It's time to get things flowing. Something's stuck, right? And how do you get things flowing? So there is guidance here that like whatever you can do to help you process, you should do. You should put some energy into getting help to process something here or to find some healing about something you've asked about. Because spirit wants you to flow, wants some flow to come into your life. Wants some lightness, inner child, monkey. Don't take life too seriously. Spirit's wanting you to move forward, to find a way to move forward, to find a way to process what you need to process. It wants you to get back to like a lighter, more joyful place. And so any help you can find, even if that's some YouTube videos about processing grief or dealing with rumination or dealing with whatever it is you feel, whatever emotion that's haunting you in relation to your question, whatever, like Google how to process that and see if there's like some YouTube videos or a book or whatever. And then if something's accessible to you to like get a professional to help you with that, that's great too. But I do, feel spirit coming through here to say that just like right under the surface is flow and a lightness, and just scratch at processing this emotion that's stuck because you're close, that is coming through now. It's like you're close to these things, the flow and the lightness. So keep processing, keep going on working through something to be able to get past it in order to like heal and move forward, because you're close to that. So like keep going. So maybe that's just something some of you need to hear, is like keep going, right? Yeah, okay. So to end, let's get you like a positive message to be left on from Spirit, divine feather message. I'm feeling this card, the duck. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. That's such a beautiful message to come through for this reading. There's support all around you. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. Yeah. All right. I hope this reading brought you some insight that was needed, or some helpfulness in some way, or just some encouragement to keep going, to move through something, if that's what's being felt here. If this was resonant, I always appreciate support, likes, shares, subscribes. Those are always great ways to support. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And I wish you so much beauty, so much support with whatever you asked about. And I hope to see you in future readings. Hello, beautiful pile 3. Welcome to your Friday insight reading with yes, no, maybe answers to questions you've brought here, or just some guidance and insight into a non-yes, no question. So we are going to jump straight in with some tarot, and I'm going to put your ruby fuchsite over to the side. So with tarot, we are going to get some initial context around what you have brought here, whatever question you've brought here. If you are looking for the yes, no, this is where we are going to get that. If you are not, just listen to the context of what's initially coming through here. Okay, so let's dive in. Feeling this one. So we've got Queen of Wands. I kind of felt this top one as well, the Moon. Okay. Couple fell out here. We've got Wheel of Fortune. Okay. We've got Four of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see, I'm going to shift these a little bit to make space. And last, we've got Knight of Wands. Beautiful. Yes, I do feel a yes here if you're looking for the yes, no, but let's dive into why that is. The bookends of these tarot are Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands. It's sort of like there's some passion you're very aware of, connected to, and nourishing inside of you, feeling like inwardly connecting to your values in a creative way, inwardly knowing what your creative voice is, what your passion is about, feeling like that's very nourished and strong right now. And then with the Knight of Wands, feeling an eagerness and an impulsiveness to do something, to take action on something. And what's contained inside of here is this kind of jumble of things. I think there has been some unclarity, like you've been seeking clarity maybe around what you're passionate about, what lights you up, and what's connecting to who you are in life around this question. And that's clearing up. And this Four of Pentacles is indicating you're starting to let go of like hoarding your passion or keeping your passion down, like overly protecting your passion. And that is exactly what has been needed, that kind of loosening up of letting things flow a little bit more, letting your passion be seen a little bit more, using your passion as currency that is moving rather than being sat on. And it's allowing you to come out of like a cloud of confusion or uncertainty or just some nebulousness. And it's bringing this whole change of season. It's bringing like a new chapter in. And that new chapter are these, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands energy, this feeling very clear and connected to your passion and that resonating with your inner values and who you are, and that feeling very strongly nourished, and this eagerness and excitement to do something with it. So in short, for the yes no's, there is a yes here if you are just looking for guidance. If we need to make this more broad, less specific, it's just like passion, like clarity is coming through, passion is rising, and kind of a new season of energy, a new way of using your passion is moving into like kind of like a different season of things. Okay, so let's get a few oracle cards or a couple oracle cards to add on to this. We've got thriving. Yeah, so you're about to move into like that Wheel of Fortune. The new chapter is moving you into feeling your energy and feeling your passion as thriving, more alive, more fertile, more fruitful, more flourishing. These are all kind of the same words, right? But whichever one connects to you, or all, take them all. But yeah, things are just coming into their strength, coming into certain fullness, coming into a productive and beautiful and creative movement of things. And then we've got Panda with balance. Ask how to bring balance to the situation and into your heart. So I feel that as some guidance for your Knight of Wands. Maybe the Knights can sometimes be impulsive, and especially when it comes to the Wands where there's passion, like passion and impulse, maybe sometimes needs, even though there's like very thriving and flourishing energy here. This is saying, what can you do to bring a little balance though? And I feel like the balance here is like a little bit of planning, a little bit of foresight, a little bit of restraint sometimes. Like don't bottle, like the Four of Pentacles here was indicating you were bottling something. Like don't repress things, but take a breath before just impulsively throwing yourself into things. Like take a beat to, have a little foresight, plan a step or two ahead. You don't have to have like this grand vision, but like, what's the step after this step? So can I take a beat before I just dive into something and then realize I hadn't thought through the next step or two beyond that, and then I have to go back and do it over, So this is just saying like, enjoy that impulsiveness, enjoy that eagerness and that energy to get out there and do things, but a little planning will bring a lot of balance here too. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful stuff coming through. Let's just leave you guys with a divine feather message, and yours flew straight out, showing that impulsive energy. Bluebird, you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. which I think of balance with that happiness and peace. So I think a double meaning of balance coming through there, like more happiness and peace coming through, which in general makes you feel more balanced, but also the guidance of like be balanced in your actions as well. All right, I hope this resonated. If so, I always appreciate support with likes, shares, and subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And I wish you well with whatever you asked about, and hope to see you in future readings.